Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daytona International Speedway.
Let's have a good one, guys.
Let's just be clean and have a good race.
Pretty big field, so.
Yeah, guys, remember, we got one fast race now.
Just try to call out your checkups, and after you see something, call it out if you can.
10-4. Good luck, gentlemen.
Another thing too, guys, please, when we go to get a caution, keep quiet until we know where the pace car is, please. But we're just going green. Good luck to everybody. Thanks for being here. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck. Keep it clean. Sound fun.
Picking up hot dog.
Hold your line.
They're going out, everybody. That's what they're remembering.
Go 19, hold it together, buddy.
Who's 19?
I am.
Look at the little slippery.
Trying to get in, dude. Sorry, took so long. Like this really dude. Hauled ass as fast as I could.
Bring it down to 87 and roll. These guys are trying to get it right now.
Trying to get in the server, my fucking internet's running like shit.
go high or a couple of triangle.
I do not know what happened there. That was weird.
It's gonna be over. There it is. Good God.
You guys need to chill out up here. Come on, it's only lap 10.
It wasn't the 19.
Gonna check up when the fast comes out or just plow into all the wrecked race cars?
I'm on it.
Pace car coming out of 2. Pace car coming out of 2. Pace speed out of 2. Or shoot high.
Definitely.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dustin Caldwell, now finally showing up 12 laps into the race. I do apologize. Had some scheduling issues earlier tonight. I do apologize for showing up a little bit late into this race, but this is our premier race, Gen 6 Superspeedway edition, coming at you here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. We are 12 laps into this race here at Daytona International Speedway. And right now, to give you a quick rundown of where the results stand, it looks like Stephen Hendren in the 37 car is your race leader, followed by Matt Stolinek, and then 25 car, the 89 of Matthew Quick is in third, and George Bark in the 44 car is in fourth, followed by Mark Johnson in the 88 is currently running in fifth. We are under caution here, folks. Just want to give a quick shout out to tonight's sponsors, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. Guy does a lot of good. That's Danny Rudy. He does excellent sponsorship for us. Want to thank him for sponsoring this series here tonight. We'll be running this series here on Monday nights. So make sure to tune in here. We usually go live about 10 till 10 Eastern Standard Time. That's about 9:50 is when you want to tune in. We have Stephen Hendren right now, who is currently running in first. Let's see if we can maybe get a driver on the line here while we're waiting. Takes a look. Race control is moving some things around. We're going to get Matt Quick on the line here. Matt Quick, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Doing all right. How are you, bud?
Oh, not too bad. I kind of got here a little late tonight, but we're here 13 laps into this race, so I'm glad to be. I was able to make it here tonight. Running that 89 car tonight, not your typical number, but currently sitting in first here, 13 laps into the race. How do you feel the car's running tonight?
Man, we're fast tonight, and just trying to stay out of trouble. It's been a little antsy since you've been gone, so hopefully these guys can calm down a little bit. But man, we're fast. We're bad fast.
And it looks like in this series they are running about 40% fuel, 50 laps. What are you thinking? How many pit stops do you think it'll be tonight? I mean, looks like you've already had a critical caution. I think you elected to stay out on this one. How much longer do you think you get on this car?
Well, I just pitted, so I think I can make it on one more stop.
All right, we'll have to see how that plays out. Anybody want to give a shout-out to?
I just want to send it out to the rest of Southeastern Motorsports to help me out. I'm kind of like the Martin Truex of that group, so get a little bit of support, but not really with them. But hey, shout out to all those guys and whoever sponsors the series. All
right, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. That is Matthew Quick here in the 89 car, running in your first slot tonight's race. Want to also thank Over the Top Designs and Paints. That's John Hedrick, also known as Loose Lugnuts. He's got an excellent paint schemes Facebook page. Check him out. That's all Over the Top Designs and Paints. You can also, if you're an iRacing driver, check out Loose Lugnuts or Over the Top Paints and Designs. They're running a lot of good ones here tonight, and I believe Greg Webb is running one of his schemes here tonight. Greg Webb in that 54 car, currently qualified 16th. He's moved up 3 slots, and we'll have to take a look at him here and what he's doing. It's a nice looking paint job here. Greg Webb definitely starting a new team coming into tonight's race, so excellent work there done by Over the Top Designs and Paints, John Hedrick. As we take a look down here now at that Mustang iRacing pace car, they are pacing around. The lights have come off as they make their way around. We will be going green, and looks like Dustin Lee and Matthew Quick will be up front, followed by Marcus Potts and Danny Rudy. That's Danny Rudy, folks. Dan's top-notch heating and cooling himself. He is the guy who's sponsoring this series coming into tonight's premier race. And now we see them coming down the back stretch. We'll be set to go green. And just take a look at those amazing cars there. If you take a look at the back of Dustin Lee in that 51, you also see Michelangelo's painting. That's Michael D'Amico, our cameraman. He does an excellent job week in and week out working those cameras, putting together the videos to be able to show you guys and hear him broadcast on Twitch. So we want to give Michael D'Amico a shout out and thanks. And looking at that bumper of that 51, you can definitely see his business's logo there. That's Michelangelo's painting. So they are making their way around here. Be set to go green as the pace car will be dropping in, coming around. They're now passing that Sunoco fuel station sign, coming down the front stretch. We will be seeing it going in. Matthew Quick, Dustin Lee, your front two. Matthew Quick on the bottom, Dustin Lee on the top. Pace car is in, and we're about to go green here on lap 14, heading into lap 15 of this premier 50-lap race of the Gen 6 Superspeedway Series. Green flag is out. Look at him going down the front stretch there, neck and neck. Matthew Quick looks like he's going to fall back to Dustin Lee a bit, maybe able to gain something coming into that first turn. As we see everybody working their grooves, getting the middle groove and the low groove working here. Matthew Quick getting some help there, able to edge out to 51. This is lap 15 of this 50-lap race, folks. And the 27 of Marcus Potts helping out Matthew Quick on that bottom groove. The 15 now edging up there, trying to get what he can. That's Brandon Haley in that blue and yellow car. Right behind Dustin Lee, you have that 19 of Danny Rudy. Behind him, you got the 88 of Mark Jackson. So those are your 6-pack up front working it, trying to find out who has the better draft pattern, who's going to get the better help. And you can see these cars, as they are getting up to speed, start to sway a little bit as they make their way around these turns. You can see the 19 of Danny Rudy kind of swaying as he's trying to maintain some draft pattern. And the 15 almost gets up into the 88 as they head into the first turn. But it's able to settle back down as they come around now. Looks like it's going to be a close battle up front here. And look at there, the 19 of Danny Rudy now edging out Dustin Lee. Let's see if Dustin Lee goes for the low groove now that he's got the clear sign from his spotter. But is he going to maintain that higher groove? Because Matthew Quick's going to be coming up on him. He might want to go to that lower groove. Let's see what he does. And he maintains his course, and here comes Matthew Quick with a 27 falling off of him. He had a little bit of help there from Marcus Potts. And now we're going 3 wide across the start finish line. There's an accident with 27 of Marcus Potts into the wall. Looks like the 15. Yeah, the 15 got into him. Brandon Haley into Marcus Potts, and that sends Marcus Potts spinning around, folks. Wow, that's what happens when you go 3 wide. As we take a look here at the replay of the 25 car, and man, is he smoking now. That is Matt Stolkneck. He got into it a little bit. Unfortunate event for him because he come into it, and it looked like Brandon Haley and Marcus Potts got into it, and Danny Rudy came down into him, and also the 44 of George Bart got involved in that accident. And that's going to bring out the caution flag here on lap 17 of this 50-lap race. And that's Matt. I apologize if I'm butchering this. He's a new member in this race. We're going to get him on the line here and see where he's at with his car. Matt, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead. I know this is your first time I've seen you in these races here on the All Pro Network. Give us let the crowd know your last name because I'm sure I probably am butchering it, and I do apologize for that.
My last name is Stalnick.
Stalnick. Okay, thank you very much. I was close. I think I said Stalknick, so do apologize on that. A little bit on the calling there, but involved in that caution. Looks like Danny Rudy kind of come down into Yesenia spinning, and we're seeing the car smoking pretty heavily now. Anything from your crew chief as far as repair you're going to have, or what's this looking at right now as we see your cars going down the way?
Just going to do a quick fast repair, and then we'll just have to go from there.
Looks like it might be a blessing in disguise. I mean, 17 laps of this 50-lap race. Do you think with 40% fuel, if you pit now and get a quick repair, you're going to be able to make it on fuel, or would you have to pit one more time?
I think we can make it. We're probably going to need 2 more stops, I think.
Okay, all right. Well, gives us a little bit of gauge on what we could expect out of you. I know currently you came into this race qualified 8th, and now you're sitting in 18th. Kind of a tough break at this position, but you got plenty of real estate to cover as these laps progress. So, anybody you want to give a shout out to while we got you on the line?
No one in particular right now. It's kind of doing a one-man show. So,
all right. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Matt Stalnick. I get it right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Matt Stalnick for you, folks. There in the 25 car. We're gonna see if we can get somebody else on the line here for you while we are still pacing away. See if we could get your current race leader, that is Dustin Lee. I believe as we get the race control numbers figured out, Dustin Lee is your race leader. Taking a look here. So let's see if we can get him on the line. Don't think we're going to be able to get Dustin Lee on the line here. Let's go from one Dustin to another. I'm a Dustin. 3 Dustins always makes it work here. Let's see if we can get the Dustin Phillips car. That would be the number 30 car. That's a Loose Lug Nuts team car. Dustin Phillips, this is another Dustin, Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. You're 18 laps into this race. You know, you came into this race looking pretty good, qualifying 13th, and you're currently up to 11th. How do you feel the race is going for you here tonight?
Buddy, it's going pretty good. And I think we actually started 4th, but we had some trouble there with cars getting a little racy too early. So other than that, man, feel pretty good. We're going to get back up here and contend for this lead here shortly. So just looking forward to it. Glad to be here.
Well, good. Got anybody, any key teammates that we should watch for? Maybe give you some help in some of the draft that we're going to see later on?
Unfortunately not, man. I hadn't been around too much this year in this league, but I know several guys, but working with a few guys tonight. But I'm working to go to the front and help anybody I can, man. I'll push anybody, so I'm just here to have fun.
Well, that's always great to hear. He's a one-man show, but he's there for everybody as well. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to, though?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout-out to John Hendricks, man. He's one that kind of got me over here, over the top paints. I'm sure you guys all know him. He's done a lot to get me over here and just have fun with you guys, and it's been a while, so it's good to be here tonight, and just want to thank him for everything he does and all the paints he does.
Well, we're a pleasure to have you racing here tonight, Dustin, and best of luck to you. I know you're sitting a little bit back from where you qualified, but plenty of real estate to cover here as we're only about to hit lap 20 of this 50-lap race. So good luck to you in the remainder to come, bud.
All right, thanks, buddy.
And we're going to go now to another loose lug nuts guy. That's William Wise in that number 10 car coming into tonight. He qualified 12th. Kind of is sitting about a lap down there. William, are you there?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
So we're about a lap down. Hopefully looking to get that lucky dog as the laps progress. Hopefully we won't have more cautions tonight, but the way it looks like, you know, we're 20 laps into the race and on our first few cautions of this race. So how's things going for you? Let's give the viewers a little bit what the Team William Wise is going on with here tonight.
Well, I got caught up in 2 incidents now, so I used my fast repair, so I'm not sure what's up. Hopefully I can hang in the back and hold on to the draft.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to here? Because I just saw the lights come off the pace car.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, John Hendrick, Over the Top Paints and Designs, and Loose Lug Nuts Racing, Jeff Wood and John Hendrick, my teammates.
All right, there you have it. William Wise and that number 10 car, Loose Lug Nuts team, giving a good shout out. Best of luck to you, William, in the rest of this race, bud. All right, folks, we are on lap 21 of this 50-lap race here at Daytona Speedway. This is the premier series of the Gen 6 Superspeedway series coming at you here tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in here to the All-Pro Broadcast Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell. On cameras is Michael D'Amico, and the cars are now making their way down the back stretch. That Mustang iRacing pace car pulling them down the back stretch. The lights are off. Coming back to green, you're going to see Matthew Quick, Dustin Lee, 2 guys who started from the last caution in the front pack are continually now back into the front. And behind them, you have the 37 of Steve Hendren and the 88 of Mark Jackson, excuse me. It'll be your front 4-pack as we get ready to head green. And also want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Dan Top Notch Heating and Cooling. You can check them out on the web, Dan's Top Notch. Danny Rudy does a lot of great things here for the All-Pro Broadcast Network. Always want to thank him, especially for putting on the sponsorship for this series. And another guy, Over the Top Designs and Paints, that's John Hedrick. If you're an iRacer, he's running a lot of good paint schemes here tonight. William Wise, and I believe Jeff Wood as well, has some paint schemes by John Hedrick. That's Over the Top Designs and Paint. Pace car now into the pits, and Matthew Quick, Dustin Lee up front, ready to take you back green on lap 22 of this 50-lap race. There's the green flag, and already we see the Matthew Quick car coming out to the lead. That 89 car, that angry cat on the back of that car, definitely showing Dustin Lee that he wants to be up in the front position. But as we take a look coming around turn 1, the 51 is gaining some real estate on him. And it doesn't look like it's going to help out too well, but the 88 of Mark Jackson is right there with it. Matt Quick pushing him on that lower groove. Looks like the 37 of Steve Hendren trying to help out Dustin Lee in that middle groove and making that work. But here comes the 30 of Dustin Phillips now, the guy we had on the line there. He is up there helping to push. The guy said he wants to help out the best he can. He's racing with them, and right there he is, now behind that 88. And he pushes up into Dustin Lee a little bit. Dustin Lee moving out of the way. And we're almost seeing 3 wide coming again across the start-finish line. Doesn't look like it's going to draw a caution this time. Everybody's well into their groove. And as we head into turn 1, 37 there of Steve Hendren trying to get some ground. Ends up on the back of the 30 car of Dustin Phillips. Now Mark Jackson, your race leader in that 88, right up front with Dustin Phillips behind him. Matt Quick falling off back, but here comes the 26 now of Stephen Thomas to help out Matt Quick in that lower groove, and the 30 comes down. Little bit of bump action there. Dustin Phillips into the front bumper of Matt Quick, and that's going to space some cars out, but he capitalizes on it, gets out ahead of Mark Jackson now, heading into the front stretch of lap 23 as they cross the start-finish line. It'll be lap 24. We're getting closer to the halfway point of this 50-lap race. These cars are running 40% fuel tonight, folks, so even though we've had a few cautions, we could still possibly see some green flag pits, strategic pits, if you will, as the race progresses around lap 35. And now as we see him coming down the back stretch, the 88 of Mark Jackson, followed by the 37 of Steve Hendren up in that middle groove, and falling down into the lower groove to assume the lead as they come around the 30 of Dustin Phillips. 89 of Matt Quick with the 26 of Stephen Thomas in 5th place. That is your top 5 up front there, with Dustin Lee slowly approaching up the right side of the 26. Here comes Dustin Lee now. He's trying to get back up to the front of the pack. He was, I believe, a series winner a few weeks ago, and he's won a lot of races here on the All-Pro Network. And it's a guy you definitely want to keep your eye on as this race progresses, because he's definitely getting some help there from Brandon Healy, that 15 car, as they come down the back stretch. But looking now here, the 88 of Mark Jackson trying to get up there. He's going to come up into lap traffic now, the 64 car. I believe that's the 64 of, let's see now, Jeffrey Wood. That's the Team Loose Lug Nuts guy, followed by the 44 of George Bark now getting lapped as the 88 passes them across the start-finish line. They will go 1 lap down. Mark Jackson with the 37 of Steve Hendren on his bumper. Team guys, I'm not sure, but they are working together as if they are teammates to try to get edge out that 30. And now here comes George Bark right behind Dustin Phillips. Get a little bit of gained real estate, and he's into the bumper of the 30. No harm, no foul. Everybody's okay. Nobody got really too loose off of that, but George Bark is right there. And as we see, nobody helping out Mark Jackson in the 88 car. He's going to fall back now. The 37 of Dustin Phillips now moves up into first position with lap traffic mixed in here. Matt Quick now coming up behind Dustin Lee trying to move in. Definitely got a lot of mixture of lead lap cars and lapped cars working it through here. And George Bark trying to fight being 1 lap down. Especially if we have another caution. That's one thing you want to be in the position to be able to get that lucky dog to get that wave around from the pace car to get back on the lead lap to have a shot at it. I mean, we started this race with 21 cars, and currently we only have 13. That's, you know, little over halfway, or half the pack is on the lead lap, but there's a lot of guys, I believe about 5 or 6 guys that are 1 lap down that could still have the potential to get back on that lead lap before the end of this race. And race control now with all this mixture of cars moving in here. The 88 now has the 25 car on his tail. And we got the 15 and the 16. Everybody's bumping a little bit there. 88 of Mark Jackson has to go high to avoid a little bit of collision there with the 25. Matt Quick in that 89 now moving down into the low groove, trying to get ahead of everybody here. But the 37 of Stephen Hendren is your race leader heading into lap 28 down the backstretch there, about to be lap 29. Dustin Lee is in 2nd place. Matt Quick is 3rd. Mark Jackson now falling into the 4th position slot. And Matt Stalneck, he's that 25 car that kind of snuck in there. He is in your top 5 here on lap 28. Want to give another good shout out to our sponsors here tonight, folks. Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. That's Danny Rudy. He's in the race here tonight, doing an excellent. He's sponsoring this series. Danny Rudy, that's Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. If you are interested in any of the races that we do here on the All Pro Broadcast Network, you tune in, week out. Maybe you're an iRacer, maybe you're thinking about getting into racing. Check us out on our website at www.all-pro-racing.com. That has all of our information, all of the links to all of our wonderful sponsors for all of our leagues. You can find that there. And if you're not really much of a web browser guy or gal, you can check us out on Facebook. That's facebook.com/allproracing. And we got a caution out here on lap 29. It looks like the 10 car is involved in that one. We'll have to take a look at the replay to see who that was. It may have been William Wise, the guy we interviewed on the last caution. May have gotten loose. And as we watch Wise come down the stretch, he's going to go up into the wall, get a little bit loose, go sideways down on the apron. And wow, does he get into that 4 car. Tough break there for William Wise. And it looks like Nick Hunt was involved in that. Nick Hunt, that yellow and orange car that he went into the side of, coming up off the apron. And it's going to be a tough break for him. So we are now on lap 29 of this 50-lap race. Or, excuse me, lap 30 as they cross for cautioning here. We are on lap 30 of this 50-lap race, so we're well past the halfway point. 20 laps to go. We're going to take a break for our word from our sponsor, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. I want to thank you for tuning in here to the All Pro Broadcast Network. We'll be back after the word from our sponsor. Welcome back here to the Premier Series race at Daytona Speedway. This is our Gen 6 cars Superspeedway series. That's Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, the sponsor here tonight and of this series. This is the first of a 5-race series. They will be bouncing around between Daytona and Talladega. We'll be at Talladega next week, so if you are a fan of Superspeedway racing, this is the place you want to be. Make sure you tune in here on Monday nights. But if you're here and you're seeing us, we want to thank you for tuning in to the All Pro Broadcast Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on camera is Michael D'Amico. Thanks for tuning in to watch this Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling series here at Daytona. As we are on lap 32, cautioning, the last caution being brought out by the 10 car of William Wise, getting a little bit loose, ended up into the car of Nick Hunt, and drawing out our, I believe it was our third or fourth caution this evening. The Matthew Quick, though, the 89 car, is leading this race currently, followed by Stephen Hendren, the 37 car, 51 of Dustin Lee in third position, Matt Stolnick, the 25, in fourth, and rounding out your top 5 is the 88 of Mark Jackson. And as they make their way around, we are going to see if we can get another driver here on the line. It's one thing we like to do here at the All Pro Network. We like to get drivers' opinions of the race and see how they're going. Give our viewers a little bit of feedback from what the drivers are seeing. Let's see if we can get Mark Jackson on the line here. We get the number 88 car of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, this is Dustin Caldwell up in the booth. Are you there, buddy?
Hey, Dustin.
Bouncing around a little bit tonight here. I mean, coming into tonight's race, you were sitting in 14th spot. You've been as high as leading this race for a few laps, and now you're currently sitting in 5th. How do you feel this race is going for you, bud?
Man, we got a good car. Just trying to put ourselves in a position to win. You know, car's good. Track is fast. We got a lot of good drivers in here, so we'll see how it goes. I think we're going to have one more fuel stop here before we reach the end, so we'll see how it turns out.
Well, best of luck to you here. We're about to go green, bud. Best of luck to you, Mark.
Thank you, Dustin.
All right, as they make their way down the back stretch, we are about to go green here. Matt Quick and Stephen Hendren going to be up front with Dustin Lee and Matt Stolnick, will be your front four pack as they get ready to go green. We're on lap 33, soon to be on lap 44. We're heading back into this green lap. And what a race it's been. We've had about 7 lead changes here tonight, and these guys definitely hungry for the lead, hungry for the victory. You want to know more about all of our race results and position standings, you can find all that tonight here. Check us out on our website, www.all-pro-racing.com. We want to thank you for joining us, whether you're watching us on Twitch TV, YouTube, or however media you're seeing us here tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in to the All Pro Broadcast Network. But we're about to go green as the cars come down the front stretch. That Mustang iRacing pace car will be dipping into the pits, and Matt Quick will be setting the pace, taking us back green into lap 34. There goes the pace car into the pits. Matt Quick and that Angry Cat, number 89 Chevrolet SS on the low part. You got the 37 of Steve Hendren up top now being pushed by the 25, and we're back green here on lap 34 of this 50-lap Gen 6 Superspeedway race. And already the 25 car giving some help. Matt Stolnick pushing out that 37 of Stephen Hendren to be able to assume the race lead, and now falls back because he has no more help up in the middle groove for the draft. But right there is Matt Quick now on the bumper of the 37 of Steve Hendren. As they make their way down the backstretch here, you can see now the 87. That is Raymond Rittenauer III, a frequent racer here on the All Pro Racing League. He is now up into third position. And the 51 of Dustin Lee getting some help from Mark Jackson and that 88 car up in the middle groove. They're going to try to draft together and see if they can make the higher groove work for them. And it looks like it's paying off as they are progressing through the field now as they cross the start-finish line. Stephen Hendren, the 37 car, your race leader, but here comes Dustin Lee and Mark Jackson up into that middle groove. Looks like they got the better draft pattern now, and they're neck and neck as they come around the corner. 37 in the lower groove, the 51 in the middle groove, and they come down the back stretch. It's neck and neck. Dustin Lee, the 37 of Steve Hendren in the lower groove, and everybody kind of settling into their patterns. Here's where you're going to have some teammates to help you out to get you ahead to be able to assume the race lead here on lap 35. We got about 15 laps to go, folks. It'll be about 14 once they cross the start-finish line. Right now, Stephen Hendren looks like he is your race leader. Dustin Lee definitely contending him there, and as he's trying to get lower to get some draft off that 37 car. And as I'm saying time and time again, if you tune in to the All Pro Broadcast Network, if you watch NASCAR, if you're a fan of this, you can definitely see the air moving around these cars. It's a Dale Earnhardt Sr. trick. He always would say, I could see the air moving around him. Well, as you watch these cars, you're going to see them sway. You may not be able to see air the way Dale Sr. saw it, but definitely you can see the impact of the air around these cars and the bubbles it makes as we see the 16 car there of Ryan Gavel being swayed around from the low to the middle groove, and it definitely plays an impact. You want to try to create almost like a tunnel effect, and that's where having a guy on your bumper helps out, because you're going to be able to move through that air a lot quicker, a lot easier having a teammate than if you were trying to do it yourself. And that's why earlier in the race we saw Mark Jackson fall a little bit back, because he didn't have no help up in the higher grooves, and you could fall 5 spots really quick. And now Dustin Lee up there being pushed by Mark Jackson is edging out the 37 of Steve Hendren. He looks like he's going to creep down. Let's see if he takes a low groove on the corner or maintains his middle groove, because 37 will be creeping up as they head into the corner. They're going up a little bit high. The 88, the 25 now into the bumper of the 88. That's Matt Stolnick into the back of Mark Jackson. And he has to back off just a little bit because he was rubbing him a little hard there and almost got himself loose. And he falls behind there, Matt Quick in that 89. And a guy moving up the field now. We see the 22 car. That's Ryan Eckstein. This guy, week in and week out, races for his father, does an excellent job. I'm told he works at a nuclear power plant, so maybe he's got some radioactive skills behind that wheel, working that number 22 car. Typically, we'd see him in a yellow-blue Wrangler car, and he's definitely running a new sponsor here tonight, and it looks like it's paying off as he's currently sitting in 7th position. Brian Eckstein qualified 17th here tonight, so he's definitely moved through the field up 10 positions to be able to sit in that 7th seat as we are on lap 38. About to be hitting that 10-lap mark here to go. And the tensions are going to begin to flare. Don't be surprised if we see some green flag pits, maybe even a crucial caution come out. I call it a crucial caution because some of these drivers that are leading this race, it becomes a fuel mileage game, and you definitely want to try to pit as best you can under green ahead of everybody. But if a caution comes out, you can just feel the sense of relief some of these leaders have to be able to dip into the pits and maintain some positioning. As they come around the corner, the 37 of Steve Hendren now with Matt Quick behind him. Looks like he's making that lower groove edge out the middle groove. But there's Mark Jackson and Dustin Lee in that up in the middle groove. Matt Stalnick in that 25 trying to get something going. I think he's signaling there to the 88. Let me up there. I'll push you guys. And as they come down the backstretch now, looks like there's a little bit of daylight between the two grooves as we start to see him head into the corner. Dustin Lee, Mark Jackson up there trying to get around Matt Quick and Stephen Hendren. Ryan Eckstein right there on the back. I think he's just waiting patiently to see what happens between these front five. Now he's sitting in that 6th position. Again, we want to give a shout out to Dance Top Notch Heating and Cooling. Dance Top Notch Heating and Cooling is the sponsor for this Gen 6 Super Speedway Series. That's Mr. Dan Broody himself. The guy does an excellent job sponsoring our series, and we want to give him much praise and much thanks as we can. Not only does he do a good job of sponsoring us, but he has a great heating and cooling business as well. So check him out on the web, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. And as we are on lap 41, under 10 laps here to go, 9 remaining. Stephen Hendren, that 37 car, is your race leader with Matt Quick. Now trying to get up in the middle groove. Here comes the 25 of Matt Stalnick underneath. And this is where things get interesting, folks. We are under 10 laps. We're going to start to see some maneuvering by these cars as the laps wind down. Definitely want to see who's got the better moves, who's got the tricks up their sleeve to get up to the front. Try to pull off a last-minute move. And now we start to see some lap traffic as they go by. I believe that was the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves that they went around. And look at this now. The 37 of Steve Hendren still leading this race with some help from Matt Stalnick. He is pushing him out there. Matt Stalnick, the loose lug nuts guy that just likes to help the field, and he's definitely helping Steve Hendren. Steve Hendren's thanking him right now. He's got a buddy behind him to edge out Matt Quick, and Dustin Lee moves into the lower groove as we see, as he's right beside there on the lower half of Matt Quick. Ryan Eckstein now trying to get past the 88 of Mark Jackson. And it's going to be a close battle. This is where you, like I said, as the laps wind down, you want to have a friend to help you draft it out. And it looks like the 25 is the best friend of the 37 right now. You're enjoying this race here, and we want to thank you again for tuning into the All-Pro Broadcast Network on this Monday evening for this premier 5-series race of this Gen 6 Super Speedway Series here in the All-Pro Racing League. Check us out on our website. Hop on over there. Oh, before I get to that website, it looks like there was a little bit of bump between the 51 and the 89. As we're getting close to that 5-lap mark, these guys, their nerves are starting to get antsy. They're starting to get shaky. The tension's building, and anything can happen here with 7 laps to go. But before anything happens, let me give you our website. It's www.all-pro-racing.com. We put on a lot of great stuff. All of our series are cash payouts, folks, so if you're an iRacer looking to get into an excellent, fun racing community, a good racing series, you know, Michael D'Amico does an excellent job here. He's another guy that runs the cameras. You know, you can be in this race, be broadcasted live here week in and week out. Check us out. Our website, one more time, www.all-pro-racing.com. And if you want to find us on Facebook, check us out on Facebook. Facebook.com/allproracing. We're on lap 44 of lap 50, folks. This is where it's going to get more and more tense. You're going to start to see some late race moves from some of these guys, so don't be surprised if you see some cars come up about 5 positions back to try to contest for the lead. And right now, the 89 of Matt Quick on that bumper of the 25 getting a little bit loose. Steve Hendren lost all his help now and is falling back here into the 4th spot, contesting with the 88 of Mark Jackson. 25 of Matt Stalnick up front of the 89, and they're taking off, folks. Here we are, 5 laps to go, and that 25 car looks like he's running away with it, but taking the 89 with them. And lap traffic ahead up on the high side. Let's see if that has any effect. Everybody going low, high traffic. Lap traffic tries to stay high to maintain the lead lap cars' positioning. But yes, definitely we want to thank all of our viewers out there on Twitch. As we're taking a look, we got a lot of viewers out here tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast here on the All Pro Broadcast Network. It's coming down to the close battle. We are under 5 laps to go this 50-lap race. And Matt Stolnick, Matt Quick, 2 Matts up front. Anything can happen. Stephen Hendren, that 37 car, in 3rd. Mark Jackson in 4th. Dustin Lee in 5th. This is the series opener of a 5-race series sponsored by Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. And as we see him come into turn 3 now, lap 46, Matt Quick trying to get him loose, trying to let him know he wants by him. Matt Stolnick doing what he can to hold off that 89 Angry Cat car. And on lap 46, we're seeing some pit. We're going to have to see how this goes. Matt Quick, that 89, first into the pits. I don't know what kind of strategy these crew chiefs are working out there, but it's interesting to see them go in this late in the race on lap 47. 3 laps to go. That's not I don't know if that's going to help them. It may help them. We'll have to see how this plays out, folks. Interesting turn of events for the top 3 as they go into the pits. Mark Jackson, that 88 car, currently is your race leader on lap 47 with 3 to go. Matt Quick still with race control showing in 2nd position. We have 11 cars out of the original 21. 10 cars are at least 1 lap down now. So 11 cars on the lead lap with only 3 laps to go. And as we see the 88 now come through, he's going to go into the pits. Wow, does this get interesting, folks? This will get interesting. 3 laps to go and your top 5 is pitted. We'll have to see how this plays out. Definitely some fuel has to do with it. And as we take a look at the 88 here, he's now going into the pits, into his pit stall. We won't probably see any tires from these guys. We're just going to definitely see some fuel. So there he gets a quick shot of fuel. And Mark Jackson is making his way out of the pits back onto the track. Interesting turn of events here for the 88, the 89, and the 15. Now Brandon Haley in that 15 car, moving up into 2nd position, being deemed by race control. Brandon Haley, involved in an early race wreck, was able to do a quick repair and get back out on the track. And the dividends are now paying off with 2 laps left to go. Mark Jackson, your race leader. Brandon Haley in 2nd. Ryan Gamble in that 16 car 3rd. Ryan Eckstein in 4th. Let's see how this plays out with 2 laps to go. The 15 now goes into the pits. Oh, this is getting interesting, folks. This is what you tune in to watch. Superspeedway, high speed action, and interesting pit strategies later half of this race. And they still have the 88 of Mark Jackson. There, race control finally gets caught up. Now Ryan Gamble in that 16 car. Lap 49 is your race leader with Brandon Haley in 2nd. Stephen Hendren in 3rd. Matthew Quick in 4th. And Matt Stolnick in that 25 car, rounding out your top 5. Here comes the 37, the 89, and the 15, right around the 16. Ryan Gamble will want to fall back. We'll have to see what happens here as we progress. We're about to be on lap 50, folks. White flags soon to come out. And you can already feel the tensions building. He's wiggling that car. He may be out of fuel. Oh, Ryan Gamble, the race leader, as he makes his way down onto the apron. I think he's out of fuel. He's wiggling that car. He's going to be out of fuel. That's going to do it for him. No point in recovering here, folks. That's 16. Tough break for Ryan Gamble. But here we are. The white flag is out. The 37 of Steve Hendrick, the 89 of Matt Quick, and the 25 of Matt Stolnick now are your top 3 heading into the white flag lap. They're in the backstretch, 1/2 lap away. Stephen Hendrick going to see if he can bring in the race Premier Series win of the Gen 6 Cars Superspeedway Series, brought to you by Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. And they're into turn 3. The 89 going high. He's got to make his move. Time's running out for Matt Quick. That 37, but here comes the 25 of Matt Stolnick on the lower group. He gets into the bumper of the 89. 37 making his way down the front. Here they come, folks, down to the front stretch. Who will it be? They're going 3 wide. The 37, the 89, and the 25 round out your top 3 of this season opener race by Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. What a race, what a finish. You'll love to see him come down to the wire like that, folks. And Stephen Hendren, congratulations to him, takes home the victory here of the season opener 5 Series race. We're going to take a break and get a word from Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, who's sponsoring this series. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back for driver interviews after this. Welcome back to Daytona for this Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling Series opener race. What a race it was. What a race it came down to. You saw the top three, Stephen Hendren, Matthew Quicks, Matt Stolnick, and Dustin Lee, and Mark Jackson round out your top five here tonight. What a race it was. Coming down, your third place winner, we're going to go live to him, the 25 of Matt Stolnick. He qualified 8th here tonight, ended up in the top three. Matt, how do you feel about where you stand here tonight?
Really frustrated, man. Really, really frustrated. I know I let that one go on that final pit stop.
Yeah, definitely some late pit strategies going on. Kind of interesting to see with 3 laps to go to make the pit call, trying to make it work out. But we did see the top 5 go in, so, you know, even though it kind of was an odd strategy, you finished out in the top 3. This is the series opener. We're going to be at Talladega next week. Anything we can expect from the 25 car at Talladega?
Well, I won't screw up coming out of pit road in the final pit stop. I can tell you that, because that's what won the guy behind me the race pretty much. Because there was no way any of us were going to pass whoever came out of the lead, and I had the lead coming out of that final pit stop, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I didn't change tires on a pit before that or whatever. If I just carried too much speed or whatever, but I got really, really tight on the exit road for some reason. I never had that happen before, and ended up blowing the win. But we'll bounce back next week at Talladega, and I was really happy with how the racing was. I thought we were able to make a lot of passes. Both lines seemed to work really well, so that was really good. So I'm encouraged by that. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that at Talladega, and then we'll go collect $10 next week.
All right. Well, you did move 5 positions here from start to finish, so it's definitely, though it got frustrating for you, it has to be a win, you know, in that respect. So anybody you want to give a shout out to here claiming third tonight?
I guess I want to give a shout out to Jerry Nadeau for the inspiration for the paint scheme, and anyone who was watching the race for me.
All right, buddy. Well, you finished third here tonight. Best of luck to you. We'll see you next week at Talladega, man.
Thanks, man.
And coming in second place tonight, this guy, I tell you, week in and week out, it's always interesting to see this guy's car. It's a weird Tetris-y Angry Cat, a little bit of rainbow effect on this car. Kind of comical. This guy wants to stand out of the field. He stood out here tonight, led some laps. He qualified first, ends up in second. Not too bad, man. I mean, you were moving through the field. You got where you needed to be. Late pit stop action going on from the crew chief. But how do you feel finishing second here tonight at Daytona?
Oh man, it hurts. I mean, I was looking for anything I could do. I got a little slow coming out of my pit stop. I kind of spun him out a little bit, and Steve got ahead of me. So, I mean, it is what it is. I wish I had a buddy up there. I was hoping Raymond, the number 87 car, could help me out. We're kind of running together, and he can get anywhere close to me. So,
yeah, definitely tell the viewers, you know, you want to have a friend in the later half of this race to be able to push you up there and edge out the rest of the competition. But, you know, you carried yourself in heading into the final lap of the race. You held off the 25 car to stay in second. Didn't quite catch the 37. So, I mean, you got second here tonight, man. It's got to be a win. You'll be at anything we can expect from the 89 car at Talladega.
Oh, I hope another top 5 again. I mean, this was great. I'm going to try to stay out of trouble. I got relatively lucky. Everything was kind of right behind me, so thankfully I didn't have to use that fast repair. I got real lucky tonight, so got to count my blessings tonight.
All right. Anybody else you want to give a shout-out to here while we got you?
I want to give a shout-out to the rest of Dingleberry Racing. I want to thank all those guys for helping me out, and we've been working on sets all week, so thanks to Ray.
All righty, folks. Well, Matt, you finished second here tonight. Best of luck to you here in the series to continue next week at Talladega.
All right, man. I'll see you there.
All right, buddy. And we're going to go live to your race winner this evening. This guy is he's not shy to be up front. He definitely does get up there week in and week out. We're going to get Mr. Steve Hendren on the line in that 37 car. He held off the 89 and the 25 with the last lap to go. Steve, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Wow, coming into tonight's race, qualifying 7th and finishing first. It's definitely got to be a win for that 37 car. Can you tell the viewers here on Twitch and on YouTube how it progressed for you?
Well, in the beginning there, I was door to door with the 25 and kind of got a little damaged, but since we had one reset there, I saved it until that very last pit stop, and it seemed like the car was running up front, still damaged. Worked out pretty good.
Well, you got to be kind of happy to get the win here in this season opener for Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, the guys I was running with there, my teammates Dustin and George Bark. They really helped me out there.
All right. Anything we can expect to see from next week at Talladega?
A win, man. Another win.
Well, there you have it, folks. 37 of Steve Hendren taking home tonight's season opener at Daytona. He claimed the victory here tonight, so we're going to be back next week at Talladega to give you a quick rundown of the top 5 of the series standings here tonight. So it's Steven Hendren taking the victory. He's going to be taking home 55 total points. In second, you'll have Matthew Quick, not too far behind him with 52 points, only a 3-point lead for Steven. Raymond Rittenauer III will be in third place. He is taking home 51 points, so he will be 1 point back off of second. And in fourth position, Mark Jackson, that 88 car that we saw battle up front all night. He's in fourth with 48 points. And Matt Stalnick, that 25, he took third, but he will fall back in the points, and he's tied with Mark Jackson in fourth. So what a race it's going to be, folks. Tune in next week, Monday nights, for this Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling Super Speedway Series. We want to thank you for tuning in here, however you caught us, on Twitch TV, on YouTube, whatever media you're catching us. We want to thank you for tuning in to the All Pro Broadcast Network. One more time, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, that's our sponsor. We want to thank him again for sponsoring this Gen 6 series. If you're interested in anything that we do, head on over to our website, www.all-pro-racing.com. That's the All Pro League's website. And find us on Facebook. That is www.facebook.com/allproracing. Want to thank you again for tuning in here tonight, folks. We will be back next week at Talladega for the second race of this 5-race series, sponsored by Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and on cameras is Michael D'Amico. We'll see you next time, folks, from Talladega.
in the outside, contact made, 56 slides it into 4, who's going to be at the stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.